Okay, we're back. And in this video, what I'd like to do is just show you all about writing posts. And so this is the place where you're going to be writing your articles and basically kind of filling out your website with all the content and information that's going to start getting it recognized in Google, and that's going to be shown to people who come visit your website. And this is the stuff that ultimately drives leads into your business, and also helps demonstrate your credibility, which is equally important. So there's a couple of things, and so this video is going to be a little longer because there's a few things that I want to go through here, um, and just make sure you understand how to do. And so let's go ahead and get started. Now, one of the things about articles and posts, especially in this day and age, is that we want them to be something that people want to share on social media like Facebook and Twitter and stuff. And so what I'm going to do is, we'll go in here to that's going to influence a few things that we talk about in this video. But the first thing I want to do is show you a good plugin that we can use that will add some of those social sharing buttons to all of your articles and posts and stuff. So let's add a new plugin. And I want to search on something called Simple Share. Click Enter. And there's this plugin called Simple Share Buttons Adder. And let's go ahead and install that one. And then let's activate it. We need to make a tweak or two here to the settings on it. So I want to go ahead and find it in my list of plugins. Here it is. And then go to Settings. Okay, and then basically it's going to say, where do I want to show the buttons? And I don't want it on my home page. I don't want it on my pages. So like, there's no reason that people would share my contact me form, for example. I just want it on posts. So let's put it there. And then I want it after my my article. So let's do that. And then basically what we can do is drag in what buttons we want to show. So basically let's show Twitter. Let's let people email it, and let's go ahead and do Facebook as well. Okay, and then save. Okay, and then what that should do, we can also look at styling here. I don't think we're going to have to change anything, but you do have lots of options. So keep in mind that within the share button settings, you can tweak the styles a little bit. There's a few easy changes you can make here to the fonts and stuff by drop down. So let's go ahead though and go back to our blog page on our website. Look at one of our posts. Okay, I'm going to refresh it because I'm not sure if it's going to show up right here in the front or if I'm going to have to actually go into the post. Okay, here it is. So my post, my easy post here that comes with WordPress is only one sentence. And then at the end of the post, I've got my 3 buttons. I can email, Facebook, or Twitter. So people can click that and easily go on. You can see there's a comment down here too that is just auto built into the WordPress install. So that's what it looks like. That's perfect. Let's just make sure it's not on our home page or anything. Okay, it's not. So perfect. That's exactly what we want. And so let's go ahead and go into our posts now. I'm just going to click into all posts. And we've got that terrible hello world post that we've seen so many times. But what we're going to do here is just add a new one. And so these are basically, they call them posts, but they're basically just articles. And the thing about these is that all you have to do is just write your title in and start writing over here. Make sure you're in the visual editor. Um, but the question that often comes up, where people get stuck is they don't have any idea what to post. It sounds easy at first, but um, it can be a real bear trying to figure out what to write about. And so, one thing I think, I've always found helpful is just to use Google's keyword prediction tool. So, for me, I'm writing about gluten free, and I've got recipes, but let's just say I wanted to, let's say I wanted to go into some recipes here. See how the predictive search is helping me out here? And when I say predictive search, I mean these things that kind of come up underneath what I'm writing. So I could write an article about, I could write a taco soup recipe, a taco salad recipe. Now with recipes, these are things that, I've already got, and so it's a little easier from that perspective because, I'm basically going to be posting recipes I know of on the site. But for you as a business owner or writer or, whatever it is you do, let's say you're an aspiring, copywriter. So, what kinds of topics could you be writing about? Well, um, you know, let's say, so let's break up the copywriting skill set into, one of its parts like headlines. So, how-to articles are easier to write than just about anything. So, how to write a headline. Okay. Oh, okay. So, see where I'm going with this? So how to write a headline, that doesn't make for a very interesting article because it's too broad, but you can kind of see here that there's all sorts of ways that we can, turn that into an interesting article here using the predictive search thing that comes in Google. So, for instance, let's use this press release one. And so I may just use that as a title, as an example here, right? But the other thing I want to show you is, okay, there's going to be lots of articles here. You're going to see all sorts of people's previously written headline ideas. You might see something that's interesting there. And then often what you'll see is some other related searches down here below. How to write a good press release headline. That's another way to phrase it. What is a press release format? That's another topic you could write about. So you kind of see where I'm going here. Don't get too stuck trying to come up with your own headlines out of the gate or topics. Use the predictive search in Google to help you come up with ideas. And so I'm just gonna, let's just say carnitas tacos recipe. That makes a good post for me. And then the other thing I'm going to do is when I get in here, I'm going to, what I like to do, sometimes I'm feeling inspired about topics. Some days I'm feeling inspired about topics to write about, and some days I'm feeling inspired to write, and some days it's both, and some days it's neither. But right now what I like to do is just sit down and just pound out all sorts of topic ideas, and then while I'm in here, I just throw down an outline. Now for me, I like structure, so I'm going to write a little introduction. Okay, I'm going to need ingredients. Okay, and I'm going to need the instructions, and then I'm going to maybe talk about some sides ideas, right? And then I'm going to do some related. Okay, and under related, I'm going to kind of link to other recipes that I write or other articles, so that I've got that interlinking between all my articles and stuff to keep people reading what I write. for you, this outline, should be 3 to 5 topics that are basically going to be the format for your article, the skeleton for the article you're going to write. And so, you'll find that there's very common themes to what belongs here. And, it always kind of starts out with some sort of introduction, doesn't it? And there's always some sort of conclusion at the end. And inside the quote unquote body of your article, you have room to talk about anywhere from 1 to 3 to 5 different sort of points that all relate to your core topic, right? And so, if it's how to write a headline for a press release, well, you're going to have 3 or 4 topics in there. And it's not a bad idea to just write those out. And then what I like to do is, eventually what's going to happen when I write this article is I'm going to take those 3 to 5 things and I'm going to highlight them. Now for me, since I'm doing recipes, I've got 3 items here which kind of make up the body of my topic, my article here. What I'm going to do is just go ahead, let me just make sure you see this. When you're in the visual editor, you've got a toolbar up here. You can do things like just make it bold. That works. I like to make these into headlines because they're better for search engine sort of understanding. And so what I'll do is just make those into like headline 2 or headline 3. Okay. And then that's what breaks up your article into, having kind of a nice mix of text and headline topics that are easy to scan, right? And so keep that in mind with your posts. And if I take care of some of this business now, it just makes it easier for me to come back and write this later, right? So I'm going to go ahead and make these headline 3. Okay, good enough. And then what I'm going to do is, instead of clicking publish over here, oh, and one more thing. This is going to go under my, in this case, my gluten-free Mexican food recipes category. I'm going to click that now. Okay. And then instead of making a published article out of this, since it's not written yet, I'm just going to click Save Draft up here. Okay. And then I could always preview it if I wanted to. Okay, there's my share buttons at the bottom. You can see how this is going to look. But really what I might go on and do is just go ahead and start adding more and more, like I was talking about before. Now the other thing I'm going to do here, which is critically important, especially as it relates to your social media and sharing and getting lots of visibility to your articles and your website and your business, is the use of images. And so one of the things that we installed earlier was this plugin called Inject. Well, let's use it now. I'm just going to search for something like tacos here because I'm making a taco recipe. I should really actually say carnitas tacos. See what that comes back with here. Okay. And I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time here. I would typically, if it was a post I was writing, but I see something here that's pretty interesting. So I'm just going to go ahead and, knowing this is going on my blog page and it's not quite a full width screen, I'll probably just go with a medium size image, and I'm just going to go ahead and insert that right up here at the top. And then boom, now I'm going to have a great post. And then let's go ahead and preview that. Oh, I didn't save it yet, so stick with me here. Save draft. Preview post. Okay, so now it's there. Now I've got a nice picture. Now when people share this on Facebook especially, my post, that Facebook share, is going to come through with an image, and images are critical for getting visibility and views back to your website and to your articles and stuff through social media. So you want to be sure, to get an image integrated into, just about every article you write, just so that you get that additional traction when people share this stuff. And, I also want to point out that after every article you write, you should go share it on your social media. Set up some accounts for yourself and then go share this stuff so that you can start the ball rolling and get it out there. So that's the main thing I wanted to share with you today with regard to writing these posts. I know this was a little bit longer video, but hopefully it's kind of giving you what you need to go out and start writing tons of articles and getting lots of visibility to your website, traffic to your website, leads for your business, and ultimately helping you be very successful. So good luck, go forward, write a bunch of articles, and we'll see you next time.